Today I'm going to show you a quick demo of just how you can schedule a job and turn it into an invoice. So let me go ahead and get started. We're going to go into our scheduling screen and go to Manage Job Scheduling. As you can see, the program already has jobs that have been scheduled, and what I'm going to do is add a brand new one. Click on the Add button. I'm going to click Select Locations, and I'm going to choose Mr. Anderson. Alright, I'm click on Search, and it's going to show me the fields that he already has in the system, and I'm going to choose the fields that I want to do. You can either choose the map, or you can actually come over here and click on the fields themselves to select the locations. Alright, it's going to bring up the last crop that you did. Now if you need to change that, you can do that. We have a new feature that finds the nearest strip, and it tells you the distance to the strip. Some people use pests, so I'm going to go ahead and put a pest in the system and click on the copy button there. And scroll on down, and we're going to go to our schedule date. I'll schedule it for the 24th. It's an optional feature, this information here, the dates. And then I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to say we're going to do 2-gallon work. And I'm going to put in here, we're going to do some headline. You can save these as recipes too if you do a common work here. It'll save a little time for you. And it brings in the default rates that we set up. If it varies, I would leave it at 0. But I'll just go ahead and change this into 2.2 there. And it's going to bring in your hours re-entry and pre-harvest that you have set up. I'm going to go ahead and assign it to an applicator, although that's optional. But in order to get your load, you need your capacity, your rate, and your acres. So it calculated 2 loads there. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Alright, and in a matter of seconds, what we did was we created our applicator report, which includes our load sheet, our GPS files, and our maps for our applicators. And then when you transfer it to an invoice, it's created your invoice. So it saves time on your billing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the applicator button right here. And we've got some new features here. It's really, really nice. The applicator report includes your loader sheet right here. It tells you your load contribution and the total applied, each chemical that goes into the load. It tells you that there's 2 loads right there. And then if you scroll on down, you'll see your applicator portion, which shows you your first lat and long that you can actually click on, and it would take you there. And then right down here, we have the chemical information. We have each field. You can kind of customize this report as well. If you don't want to show the labels, you don't have to. These are GPS labels, so these are the numbers that would actually bring it up in your GPS systems. Speaking of GPS systems, I'm going to go ahead and click on the job file button. This is a GPS if you're using a G4. The job file older than G4 would be the button for maybe your bantams. The other GPS most likely shapefile. And I'm going to go ahead and open that and show it in my folder, and it's actually your job number that's assigned to your job, and we're going to send that to a thumb drive. Now we are working on integrations with all the GPS systems, but if you use an AgPilot X for now, if you click on that, you can actually put our program on the AgPilot X. And we have a video on how you could open that up in the AgPilot X while you're on the AgPilot X. It's pretty cool. So no more thumb drives. That's in the long run, that's our goal, is to make everything streamlined. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you how you can click on the pre-notifications. So farmers seem to really, really like this. It lets them know that you're fixing to do the job, and it will immediately send them a text or an email on that. And when you're done, you're going to click on Edit and click on the Applied Info button. So I'm going to say Add Applied Info. And some people take this from the written information from the applicator and enter it themselves, or the applicator sometimes enters it themselves as well while they're buried down on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, they did today's date. I'll just put 201, 202, 31. If you enter this tech information, flights and starts, it's great for your vehicle maintenance program. All right, and here we'll put some time and temperature. Now we have an app that's optional, but it will look at the closest weather station to the lat and long of your fields, and it will bring in that information. We use the app currently, darksky.net. Now you can override anything that you want. And then I'm going to send a post notification first to let them know that we actually did do the job. Send notifications. And then I'm going to go click on transfer to invoice. So what's great about it takes it out of scheduling and it turns it over into an invoice. Unposted invoices are basically the invoices that are up for review. You can either print them all if you want, or you can look at them individually. I'm going to just click on edit on this particular job and show you that it brought over the cost that is set up. You can change anything if you want to give someone maybe a discount. If you don't want to charge for the chemicals, I've got that set up to do that. But if you don't want to, you can take that off. You know, it's just however you set it up. It's all very simple. I'm going to click on save. And then you can print your invoice. Like I said, you can print them all at once, or you can even print them at the end of the month, you know, if you'd prefer to just print them on the statement themselves. So it's a nice looking invoice. It fits in a number 10 window envelope. You got your field information. You got your product information. And come down here and see your invoice amount and where to mail it to. It's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and post that. What that means is that it just turns it into our historic review posted invoice section. All of your invoices are always there at any time. So people say, well, how long do you have the invoices there? They're just until, you know, just as long as you want. You know, if you ask us to delete them, we can delete them. But I've never had anybody ask us to delete any invoices. So there's tons of reports that we do under posted field application report. If you were audited, you could suppress your charges. You could put your date range and say, I want to see everything from this particular date to 15/2020, and maybe a particular chemical. I'll just put headline there, and then view that report. And it has a lot of detailed information for it right there. Any place that you sprayed that job. Now, a really great customer report is logbook by customer. We've got a lot more reports coming. But if I put Mr. Anderson right here, and he just wanted to see all of his work from the beginning of the year. So I'll just put 01/2020 and click on View Report. You can come in there and see all the work in a nice report format. It has your invoice information, your date, your acres, your invoice total, all the chemicals, all the fields, the applicator, all that information, along with totals at the bottom. So your grower will love that information. We also have for the operators data comparison reports. Maybe you wanted to track your dollars by year or your acres by year. You can click on that. You can kind of see a comparison for each year. We also have commission reports that will track your commissions for your applicator. So you can go in there and put particular date range. I'll just put 07/01/2020, view report, and it gives you each job for each pilot, and then it gives them their totals right there. Have a quick little bottom line button that I think that anyone that's a owner of a company would enjoy hitting, and you'll immediately know the balances due. You can compare your year-to-date acres to last year. You can see immediately what you did in acreage. Of course, we have a complete bookkeeping. We are an accounts receivable program, so we have balance listings, aging listings. At the end of the month, it gives you some great tools to know what you did for your business, such as your total for the month on field charges, if you want to do over-the-counter chemical sales, credits, adjustments, each pilot's information, what you did liquid and dry, what each vehicle did. So there's tons of information, lots more to go over, but I just wanted to kind of show you a quick little sample of what our program does. I wanted to thank you for listening. We've got excellent customer support. Call us anytime if you'd like to see a webinar, and thank you for listening.